Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sarel van Grinnen, aka Mr. VG, and I am on my last video in the series about matric statistics, specifically looking at a beautiful exam question that was asked by one of my colleagues back in 2016, 2017, and she asked this question, and I love it. So I want you to answer this question for me. Hit the pause button and then try it yourself. Hit the play button when you're ready. When I look at this question, I'm going to break it down into different sections. So A and B are your stock standard, straightforward questions. Determine the equation of the line of best fit. So I'm going to my calculator and I'm just going to get my A and my B value. Let's quickly interpret this. This is now an interesting little bit of interpretation. There's my y-intercept, which means if for whatever reason your exchange rate was 0, your oil price would be 158 Rand, okay? Doesn't, or $158. Doesn't really make that much sense if you understand, because your exchange rate will never be 0, okay? But what does the negative 11,96 tells me? It means as the exchange rate increases, my oil price decreases. So it's sloping down. Very interesting correlation we are seeing here. But let's go to the second question. Determine the correlation coefficient. R, from your calculator, is negative 0.91117. What can be deduced from this? It is a very strong negative correlation. So the points lie close to one another. Okay, they lie close to one another, but the graph is sloping down. So my points lie close to that line, and the line is sloping down. That is all that it means. Let's look at the next question, which is kind of the second section of this question, which is now going about interpolation and extrapolation. If I look at C, it says there, predict the oil price when the exchange rate is 7,8 Rand per dollar. So when I look at this, that is the X value. Because it is the X value, I am going to, just substitute in that value. It says they use your model in 7.4. That shouldn't actually have been 7.4. It should have just been in the A part. My apologies. I fixed it, but didn't see that little sneaky fall in there. What is the answer we get here? The oil price is 65.38 US dollars. Interesting question indeed. Would it be accurate to determine the Y value if the exchange rate is 18 Rand per US dollars? So let's quickly have a look. When will it be accurate? When we use interpolation. It's not accurate when we use extrapolation. Remember, extrapolation is that dangerous part. It's there where you start playing with a lion's little toe and you are asking it to bite you in the cartouche. So I want accuracy, and therefore I want to use interpolation. Interpolation is when my prediction lies within the domain. With the domain, the smallest X value is 6,8. The highest X value is 7,7. But now we're asking you that 18, Does that lie in between those or in that domain? Not at all. So therefore, would it be an accurate prediction? Nope. Because this is so far out of my domain, I can barely see it with binoculars. Okay, I'm just joking, just having a little bit of fun with this video. But let's now look at the E question, because this question, when I initially saw it, I didn't really understand what my colleague was trying to ask in this. But by reading it clearly and reading it like 2 or 3 times over, could one use the model in 7.4? Again, sorry for saying 7.4, that should be A, to predict the exchange rate from an oil price of $70 US. So in other words, the question is more not got to do with the $70 US, but can we predict the exchange rate by looking at the price per barrel of oil? What do you think? Well, the answer is no, you can't. Why can't you? That is now an interesting question. The reason is that the Y values, your oil price, cannot predict or cannot be used to predict the X values in this case, because the exchange rate is completely independent. The exchange rate is completely independent from the oil price. So therefore, you cannot actually use it. So you've got to be careful. In all the other ones that we used earlier, there could be some kind of cause and effect. There could be some kind of relationship that even from Y you can predict X. But that is even by a lot of statisticians seen as being, whoa, we can't really do that, because you actually have to draw up a whole new mathematical model. That's a very interesting little topic for you to get into. But short and sweet, you can't predict it because of the exchange rate going up and down, up and down, up and down, completely independent from your price per barrel of oil. This was, I think, one of the most beautiful, beautiful questions I've seen in a long time. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you're going to join me maybe in some other series I might be doing. But this is Mr. VG signing out. Keep well, study hard, and give it all you've got this last little bit of your matric year. Enjoy it, savor it, but look after yourself. Cheers.